Section 2.4 Variable and literals. A variable basically is a named memory location or storage that you can assign value to it. A variable has a name, a type of data that it can hold, and an address that physically refers to a place in your RAM. It must be defined before it can be used. In C, we define our variable by basically telling the type of the data that it holds and the name of the variable. In this example on this screen, we are declaring a variable called item to be holding a data type of numeric integer. Anytime we want to refer to the content of that variable, we just refer to the name of the variable item, and we have access to that value that is held in that memory location. Here is an example, program 2-7 in your book. In this example, you declare a variable called number. Once you define it in your variable definition, then you can use it in statement 5 to assign a value to this variable. And then in the next line, line 10, you're outputting a text that says the value in number is, then you have the variable number itself, which in this case is 5, and then and L, which basically will send you to the next line. The output would look like the value in number is 5. I recommend that you code this program in your C++ environment and execute it to see what you get as a result. Literals. A literal is a value that it is written into a program code. You can have string as a literal, in this case hello there, or you can have integer literal that you can basically use in a statement. Let's look at a program example that we are using an integer literal in it. Program 2-9. We define our apples as a variable of type integer in line 7. In line 9, we are assigning in the assignment statement a value of integer literal 20 into the variable apples. In the next line, line 10, we are printing today we sold 20 bushels of apples. Next line. I recommend you code this program and execute it and see how it works out. Here is another example of the literal, and this time we are showing the string literal. In this case, today we sold, we put it in double quotes as a string of characters. We call it string literal. There's another one also that it's inside the double quote. You can identify that. Bushels of apples, period, line feet. Notice that \n is part of that literal because it reserves one carriage return character when it printed. It's a non-printable, of course, character on the CRT, and it put your cursor to the next line. Here is the literal for the second part of that CRT statement. And this would be the end of section 2.4.